A family moves into an old Victorian house and discovers a dusty, forgotten dollhouse in the attic. Strange occurrences begin to happen as the children play with the dolls, and soon they realize the dolls are not as inanimate as they seem. Each night, the dolls move on their own, mimicking the actions of the family members until the children become trapped in a nightmarish game of cat and mouse. As the family settled into their new home, the children's excitement bubbled over as they discovered the forgotten treasures hidden in the attic. Among the dust-covered relics, they stumbled upon an intricately crafted dollhouse, its windows dark and foreboding. Unbeknownst to them, the dollhouse held a sinister secret, a darkness that lurked within its miniature walls, waiting to be unleashed. At first, the children reveled in their newfound toy, arranging the tiny furniture and playing make-believe with the dolls. But as night fell, strange occurrences began to unfold. The dolls seemed to come alive, their glassy eyes following the family's every move with a cold, unblinking stare. Whispers echoed through the halls, their voices distorted and filled with malice. Terrified, the children tried to flee, but the house seemed to trap them within its grasp, its walls closing in with each passing moment. Each night, the dolls grew more aggressive, their movements becoming jerky and unnatural as they mimicked the actions of the family members with chilling accuracy. The children's screams echoed through the house as they realized they were trapped in a nightmarish game of cat and mouse, hunted by the very toys they had once cherished. Desperate to escape, they searched for a way out, their hearts pounding in their chests as they raced against time. But the dollhouse seemed to twist and contort around them, its corridors shifting and changing like a labyrinth of nightmares. With each passing night, the darkness grew stronger, its grip tightening around the family like a vice. And as the dolls closed in for the final, deadly strike, the family realized with horror that they were not alone. The house itself was alive, a malevolent force hell-bent on consuming their souls. In a desperate bid for survival, they fought back against the darkness, their cries for help drowned out by the echoing laughter of the dolls. But as the last echoes faded into silence, only one truth remained. Within the walls of the haunted dollhouse, there was no escape from the horrors that lurked within. The children's terror mounted with each passing night as the dolls' actions grew increasingly sinister. They watched in horror as the dolls reenacted their daily routines with unsettling accuracy, their miniature hands moving with an otherworldly dexterity. Attempts to confine the dollhouse to the attic proved futile, as it seemed to defy the laws of physics, appearing in different rooms of the house each morning. No matter how they tried to avoid it, the haunting presence of the dollhouse followed them like a shadow. As the family's fear escalated, so did the intensity of the dolls' malevolent behavior. They began to whisper secrets that should have been impossible for them to know, taunting the family with their knowledge of their deepest fears and darkest secrets. With each passing day, the children grew weaker, their minds consumed by paranoia and dread. They knew they were running out of time, that soon they would become nothing more than pawns in the dollhouse's twisted game. In a desperate bid for salvation, they sought the help of a local paranormal investigator, hoping to rid themselves of the cursed dollhouse once and for all. But as the investigator delved deeper into the house's dark history, he uncovered a truth more horrifying than any of them could have imagined. The dollhouse was not merely haunted, it was a gateway to the realm of the dead, a portal through which malevolent spirits could enter the world of the living. Realizing the gravity of their situation, the family braced themselves for a final confrontation with the forces of darkness. Armed with makeshift weapons and a newfound determination, they prepared to face their tormentors head-on. But as they stood before the dollhouse, ready to do battle, they were met with an unexpected sight. The dolls, once instruments of terror, now lay motionless on the floor, their glassy eyes staring blankly ahead. In that moment, the family knew they had triumphed over the darkness that had threatened to consume them. But as they breathed a sigh of relief, they couldn't shake the feeling that the nightmare was far from over. For in the world of the supernatural, evil never truly dies. It merely bides its time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike again. And as the family returned to their daily lives, they couldn't help but wonder when the next horror would come knocking at their door.